They smell amazing. If you're wondering what they are called eucalyptus. So, I gotta tell you, having eucalyptus in your bathroom, as well as having like a eucalyptus bubble bath, is life changing. So today, we're going to do a eucalyptus bubble bath. And I know you're wondering, well, are you gonna put eucalyptus in your tub? No. I'm going to have it around me as well as hanging from my ceiling. So before we do the bubble bath, I kind of want to talk about why I actually, do bubble baths and the benefits of a eucalyptus bubble bath. They smell so good. They smell so good. So are you all ready to take this bubble bath with me? My name is Makeba Williams, and I'm coming from beautiful Atlanta. And I would love for you, prior to this video, to like, comment, and subscribe. Why and how should you take a eucalyptus bubble bath? Amazing. Okay, so let's get started. I know you all are probably used to me doing bubble bath Mondays. So this year has been positively challenging and creatively challenging. And why I say that is because there's a lot of things that I started. Unfortunately, my commercial cleaning business kind of like skewed that a little bit. And then I had some other dynamic things going on that's preparing for great things for the future. So I apologize. I know I started out strong with the Spa Mondays, and I'm going to pick that back up. It's not going anywhere. But lately, I have been feeling this heaviness. I'm pretty sure a lot of us on just going through things. Typically when I go through things, it's for a positive. I'm going to learn something. It's going to be a beautiful lesson. It's not going to be so exhausting where it's like I can't handle it, or I just have to remove myself from the situation. But being a social worker, a light worker, if you all know what a light worker is, a woman who is a visionary, who's very compassionate, who loves humanity, who pray that soon I will become a full-time philanthropist. It's just been heavy on my heart in terms of what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? It's so heavy. And so, I mean, if you go out, I want you to start paying attention. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to your financial center, like your banking, your hair salon, or wherever, it's always some tension, even with driving. So I said to myself, I need to open up a little bit more with my audience and give some of the things that I do. And I know I talked about bubble bath Mondays, and that's changing because typically I would review a book. I started with Medea's book. Yay. It's amazing, awesome. And then I would do a bubble bath and then cook something beautiful like a omelet or avocado toast or French toast or something like that. And so I said, okay, I'm not doing books any justice, trying to incorporate so much into that one setting. And then of course I'm not doing the bubble bath any justice because I'm focusing on the book. So that's changing in 2024. And I've said this, recently. So, but back to the mental state of just not America, just the mental state of the people. I feel I kind of want to open up in terms of some creative things to help you through this process. You know what I mean? You may have a family member that's going through something. You may be going through something. And I kind of want to read some statistics on the mental state of, I don't know if it's global. I got it from Forbes. I'm always on Forbes. One day I plan on being on Forbes, okay, for philanthropic work, of course. But it says mental health statistics and facts in 2023. Now, this video is not about exploitation or exposing or picking at someone or saying you know somebody got a mental, I'm sorry, you know someone that has a mental problem. Then no, we're not doing that. Let's stay optimistic, like the song Optimistic. Y'all know that? My mom used to love that song. But I want you all to take this serious, because I'm telling you, you know, I try to refrain from looking at the news, but I need to know what's going on in my environment. So I try to take it in moderation, so I just have awareness. However, this is something that needs to be addressed, especially in our community. We're dealing with a lot right now, and I feel it's essential that we start to implement and practice, you know, each one teach one. We're all held responsible. Let's set some examples on how we can treat certain levels of mental illnesses. Now, some things that the bubble bath is not going to do. Let's keep it authentic, ladies and gentlemen. Some things are not going to help a bubble bath, okay? This is more on the feminine, you know, masculine men. You know, y'all do it too, and Judy's. This is more on the feminine, the soft life, luxury end of it, okay? Because that's where I am mentally in my life. However, I will give some of the reasons why I believe in bubble baths. I'm going to give you most of the reasons I believe in bubble baths, why it's essential. And this will contribute to some of the minor setbacks or some of the mental things that you're going through, anxiety, frustration, feeling irritable. You know, this can stretch you in ways where it can help and align you to begin to heal or recover or whatever it is. Now, you need to consult with your doctor. If I show any products and if I do anything, I always say consult with your doctor, your healthcare provider. Makeba Williams is not telling you this is all in all, okay? We're not doing that. But what I'm saying is, these are some of the things you can go to your local Target and purchase, or go online to the famous Amazon, okay? Or Sephora, as some would say, or Neiman Marcus, or Saks, and purchase some of the things that I may talk about. Even if it's not on here, I may mention it. But I still recommend for you to go to your healthcare provider and get permission. I have to cover myself, okay? Because I don't want y'all to be talking about, I tried this, and Makeba, no, and I have it on video, okay? Let's keep this optimistic, okay? Like the song. I'm gonna play a song before I get done, because I know y'all probably like, what song is it? It's optimistic. It was so my mother loved that song. It's one of her favorites. And Stephanie Mills, she loved her some Stephanie Mills. Okay, so I want to read some of these facts. Okay, 21% of U.S. adults experienced a mental health condition in 2020. Now, this make you think, was it prior to COVID? It was already there, and COVID triggered or stimulated that mental illness or whatever it is, and they never seek help or went in and received treatment. Okay, 5.6% of U.S. adults experience a serious mental health condition in 2020, which is often defined as a psychotic disorder, bipolar disorder, or severe anxiety or eating disorder that significantly impairs functioning. I want y'all to think about these numbers. You know, I want you to understand that in the Black community, it is taboo for therapy. You know, you sweep it up under the rug and you don't talk about it. Now, I believe in therapy. You know, once upon a time, I was going to have my St. John suits on and provide therapy at a high-rise executive suite. I went to school for that, you know. But the deeper I got into it, God kept pulling me, saying, no, no, baby, no, no, no. You're by design to do philanthropic work. I need you traveling. I need you in front of people's faces. I need you to go in those areas people, tend to not want to go in. And I'm going to set you. He's working on me. He's twisting and turning. He's working this thing out. But the point that I'm trying to say is, so as I said, I pursue social work. So I understand therapy, but it's taboo in our community. Now we're starting to shift that mindset and pursue therapy. Some of us, but not most of us. And then, it's just something that is not discussed openly. We feel, no, you don't talk about those things. But I feel if there is some conditions, they need to be addressed because, we have to be out here in public. We have to be out here in the community. You get what I mean? We have to get out here. And as a social worker, I'm going to keep it 100, as the streets would say. Keep it 100. I see behavior. I see it. And I say to myself, either they're not addressing that because it's deeper. When you go through the drive-through, or you're at the movies, or you're at a retail store, you can see the tension. And then people also have the mindset, I don't want to work if it's not that. The customer is rushing. I can sit back and I do observation and I'm like, yeah. Because if you're going shopping, if it's not like a 911 thing, you ought to be enjoying going shopping. You ought to walk in that mall or that boutique or wherever it is, and you ought to get your wine. I don't care if it's a bottle of water, okay? And you ought to embrace that experience. Even when I'm going to talk about the bank, for instance. I never understood, I want y'all to think about this. I never understood why people go to the bank. They go to the ATM or go on the inside and go outside and toss their receipt. I want y'all to think about that. I don't care if your receipt has negative $15 or 1.5 million. It's your money. It's how you carry yourself, how you align with your finances. I just don't get it. How are you going to go and just throw it on the ground? And we're not going to talk about the people who just throw food and stuff on the ground. That's another conversation. But the point that I'm trying to say is the fact that we are dealing in our community with a lot of mental illnesses. And as I said before, some of this cannot be addressed with a bubble bath. No. This is going to be more of, for the self-care ladies, high-level type of women, or women just tired and they've been working all day, just want to sit and rest in some water, some beauty, or whatever it is. But if you got something a little bit deep-rooted, consult with your physician, okay? I highly recommend. And see what's going on. Don't be afraid. You're not alone. They are there for you, okay? Let's continue with the statistics, okay? 2020. 32.1% of U.S. adults experience both a mental health condition and substance abuse. Because what they're doing, they're saying, okay, I have this mental problem. I need to run from it. And then they're not understanding they're adding more, okay? That doesn't help. In 2019, 15.3% of U.S. veterans experienced a mental health condition, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, or substance abuse, okay? As of 2020, suicide is the second leading cause of death for U.S. children ages 10 to 14. That just breaks my heart. I don't have any children, but to know a child is 10 to 14 and they're already thinking about suicide. First of all, children already have to deal with the dynamics of being in a classroom setting. It takes a village, okay? It's not only the parents need to be responsible, the staff at the schools. When I was in elementary, I never had the opportunity to be depressed or upset. I'm just telling you, I didn't. My teachers were always on me. They were on all of us. They were involved. They got involved. My teachers sometimes would call up and say, "How are you doing?" I remember being in elementary school. I'm not kidding. And I remember this is after, even when I went to public school. Now I don't know, when I went to private Jewish school, they did that all the time. But when I got to public school, I remember Miss Ferguson. I'm sorry, I was in the 5th grade. Miss Ferguson. I remember her coming to the desk, and she would go to each individual child, how are you doing? She would do that periodically throughout the week. And sometimes I would think she's trying to be nosy, and I would go back and tell my mother. But my mother would say, how are you doing? She would echo what my teacher said. Well, matter of fact, how are you doing? And I don't know if that's the process for schools now, because, you know, I've been out of school for a while. However, I come from a very educated community. So I have access to teachers and professors and things of that nature, but I feel it's essential that we check in. You know, parents can be overexhausted. You may have a single parent. Now, I'm not saying that it's a teacher's responsibility to be a parent, but be that leader in that classroom. You know what I mean? And also, parents, know who your children are around. You know, just know. You know what I mean? Just know. Know who around your children, okay? And this is not targeting anybody's child. No. This, because I have nieces and nephews. Just know who's spending time with your children. The impact depression and anxiety has on the global economy can be measured in 1 trillion in lost productivity each year. You know, not being able to pay your bills can cause stress. You know what I mean? And then, let me give you an example how this goes. You're probably, I'm giving you an example. You're part of the federal threshold. Okay, most of you all should know what that is. So your income is low. And then you have a car, it's barely making it, and you're already financially struggling. So the next thing you know, your transmission goes out. You're already struggling to make ends meet. Now your transmission go out. This is an example. You know, it can cause problems. That's why you got to stay prayed up. You have to stay prayed up. And you need to begin to seek ways how to increase your income. You know, sometimes you may have to start smaller. You know, you can't say, let me give you an example. You may say, I want to learn real estate. Let me give you an example how you can do this. You may say, I want to go to real estate school, and you probably can't afford the $1,000 or less. But have you thought about contacting a realtor and saying, look, I want to go to real estate school. What about if I start referring you to people, and you give me a percentage? You gotta be creative. You know what I'm saying? You have to be creative. With me, there are things I want to do, and it's above my pay grade. You know, okay, the numbers are bigger. So instead of me saying, okay, God, you may say, okay, God, I don't have the money right now, but I'm gonna have fun with this. So let me give you an example. I started doing videos on how to prepare for a $2.5 million townhome. Got positive reviews, and then some people probably was wondering, you have $2.5 million, you know. You got the nosy people, okay? I'm not buying a $2.5 million home today. The vision was, why I was looking at a $2.5 million home was for safety, you know, exclusivity, and those reasons, okay? Because it's just me. I'm not married. I don't have any children, okay? I plan on having a dog eventually, but I plan on getting married, put myself out there, you know, aligning myself, you know. We'll see where it goes. Nobody ain't claiming me. I don't have nobody claiming me. So I gotta align myself. But the point that I'm trying to say is, okay, instead of me saying how I'm gonna get this home, I just started preparing for it. So first of all, what it requires to get in the $2.5 million home, you know, talking about taxes, we're talking about Georgia Power, we're talking about the Georgia Power bill, we're talking about HOA, Homeowners Association, just so much of there, you know what I mean? We're talking about putting furniture in it, maintaining plumbing, and the list goes on. We don't ever look at that. Now, I'm not saying that I won't take a I just have to have a 2.5. It could be 1 million, it could be 5, who knows? The point that I'm trying to say is, it's the focus was when I was going through this, and I'm gonna pick it back up next spring. It's how to prepare, and it's like going back to real estate. And if you have real estate interest and you're like, God, I don't have the money right now, contact the realtor. Even if the first one says no, the second one, third, until somebody say, absolutely. And you do that. If it's 30 days, 3 months, next thing you know, you have your money for what? Real estate school. So there are ways to do things. You just got to seek it, because what you're seeking is definitely seeking you. All right. So let's keep going. In 2020, 51.2% of U.S. females received mental health services, while only 37.4% of males received mental health services. Ladies, we gotta do more than just focus on hair and makeup and nails and things like that. We gotta go a little deeper in ourselves. We have to go deeper. We gotta go deeper. What's causing this? We really need to go internally and ask ourselves, what's causing the stressors? And I'm not gonna say obviously your job, you know, you can't pay this and can't pay that. It's deeper. You know what I mean? You have to go do a self-assessment on your life. You know, I'm talking to women who keep repeating the same thing. You get what I mean? Taking abuse over and over. We're gonna keep this optimistic, okay? It's a safe space. So this is not about exploitation or exposing. This is about what's triggering this, what's causing this. And I know nobody wants to be alone. Nobody don't want to die alone. Nobody don't want just a dog. We get that. But you gotta find that inner completeness, right? Once you become whole, you'll know what you can and cannot take. Sometimes we have to step back and say, okay, what is it? What's really causing this, you know? Ladies, we gotta do mental, emotionally self-check. We gotta take accountability for ourselves, okay? Seriously. Next, young adults, ages 18 to 25 in the U.S. have the highest rate of experiencing any mental health concerns, 30.6% compared to adults aged 26 to 49 years, the highest rate of serious mental illness, 9.7%. Females are diagnosed with serious mental health conditions at higher rates than males, 7% to 4.2% respectively. And last, the percentage of U.S. adults receiving mental health treatment rose from 19.2% in 2019 to 21.6% in 2021. And again, this came from Forbes Health, Mental Health Statistics and Facts in 2023. So I want to talk about why I do bubble baths. Now, let me keep it real. If I had the time, and it's about to happen, okay, the resources align the way I want, I'll do spas weekly. I don't know who, if it's a woman right now listening to me and you have access to capital, and if you're not going to the spa weekly, something wrong. I don't care. Look, respectfully, and I'm a lady, okay? If you have access to time and resources, now I'm not talking about taking a jet to Dubai, no, or to Rome or Paris, local community. If you cannot take an hour, 2-3 a week and go to the spa, you know, get a massage, get your body exfoliated. We're talking about going deeper than manicure and a pedicure. We're talking about you going into that spa and really loving on you. And then some of you all should have, if you have access to capital and time, should have a masseuse that comes to your home. And I'll be able to prove something to you on this. Okay, so some of the reasons why I decide to take a bubble bath And typically I do it twice a week, but I'm wrong, because I know a woman right now, we all know who she is, I'm about to tell you. She quoted, she takes 5 to 6 bubble baths a week. Now, everybody's not in her situation. I get that. You know, you got children. She has children, you know. And we're talking about at her home. She didn't say she go to the spa 5 to 6 times a week. She goes and get in her tub in her home, a beautiful home, 5 to 6 times a week. But this is the first reason why I take bubble baths. It's therapeutic for my soul. It is so therapeutic for my soul. It's just, it has like this divineness about itself, this heavenliness. It's therapeutic for my soul. There is no other way I can say it. The second reason, it allows time for me to reflect, pray, and then begin to visualize. And I kind of talked about some of this with my bubble baths on Monday. Because you can't pray until you've reflected on your week or your day. What are you praying for? Now, I get it, you know, some people praying for materialist items. But you need to be praying a little deeper than that. Because one thing I've noticed about how my God works, right? When you pray for your soul, deeper connection, everything else falls into place. It's just like they talk about a high value woman. She has character, everything else is going to fall into place. You don't have to chase the money because the character is there, and the character knows to implement those systems and those processes, right? To produce, promote, and be fruitful with your money and to create money. So it allows me to have that time to reflect on my week, my month, my vision, or whatever it is, and then I can pray about it. Either it's healing or forgiveness, or just praying for someone for prosperity, for health, and then I can visualize moving forward. Next, it relax and keep me calm. I didn't say get me calm, because I'm typically a very relaxed. First of all, I'm an introvert. However, when it comes to business, I'm an extrovert. But I can read all day. I can do me all day. I'm fine. Now, when it's time for business, I'm an extrovert. So I'm kind of like 50-50. Okay, next. I can create bubble bath experiences that are feminine, beautiful, and luxurious. Let me say it again. I create bubble baths that are feminine, beautiful, and luxurious. So you can do and have anything in your bubble bath. And that's the beautiful part about that. You know, it's just not exclusive to, let me just put some Epsom salt and I'm done. You can put crystals in there. You can put flowers in there, roses, gardenias. You can put, play your affirmations. You know, you can journal, you can meditate. You can eat you some strawberries, honey, some sweet, delicious strawberries. It's so much. You can make this beautiful. You can put on your silk afterwards. Now, with the silk, be careful, because you don't want to put on lotion and then put your silk on. So it's one of those things you can just kind of make it your own. You can do an herbal bath, and I plan on doing that soon. Let me show you all how I do my herbal baths. As a woman, it allows space for me to align and tap into my goddess energy. Yes, my goddess energy. You know, we're talking about a little bit different. You know, we're talking about your goddess. You know, all those chakras everybody talk about. Next, over time, bubble baths contributes to healing, right? I'm not talking about if you got something severe going on with your body, you need to go see your physician. I'm not talking about on that level. So you might have a little tender in your shoulder, your little neck, you know what I mean? So you heal, or you may want to soak in some type of oil that'll help your skin, you know, just minor treatment. It promotes peace and love, because you're loving on yourself, and this is so peaceful. It's your time. You deserve this time, okay? it helps my skin stay hydrated. Now, you know, I take, and I'm pretty sure if a doctor heard this, I take extremely, extremely hot showers where sometimes I burn myself. It's just something about it. I love my water to be extremely hot. Now, what I've been doing lately, I get up in the morning, you know, I do my journaling, my meditating, all of that visualizing. I pray, before I work out. I go take a really cold, real cold shower right quick. It's just to shock me because I heard billionaires do it. So I get up, meditate, pray and all of that. Then before I go work out, I go shock myself with cold, cold, cold water. However, in terms of the bubble bath, it's really good in terms of, you know, putting that healthy nutrients on your body, because the oils that you're using, and be careful with that, because you don't want women, you know, I'm getting ready to say, be careful with your vajayjay area, so you don't need to put all oils in your water. Okay? Next, self-care. You know, my self-care is different. My self-care is getting a book. My self-care is making a good salad, beautiful, colorful, healthy salad. My self-care, bubble baths. I'm not a makeup junkie. No, not a heel junkie. I'm really not even a wellness junkie. I'm really not. Now, I'm a book junkie, but self-care for me, you know what I mean. And I'm gonna get better with the nails. I don't want nails right now because I do a lot of turmeric and ginger, cutting fruits and vegetables. No, I'm not wasting my money, and next thing you know, my nail is off, and no nails for me right now. Nail treatment, yes, but not false nails. And I adore this process besides reading. It's just so beautiful, angelic. What more could a woman ask for? So these are some of the reasons why I decided to do bubble baths. I thought I had it going on until I heard Miss James, LeBron James' wife. Okay, so when I was telling you all I take bubble baths twice a week, until I heard Savannah James, of course, say, you all know who Savannah James is. Her name, Savannah James, is married to LeBron James. I'm pretty sure all men that call him the GOAT know exactly what I'm talking about. But Savannah James, she's such a lady. She is the epitome of a woman. Everything about her, her brand, her image, her business savvy, she is just such a woman. So adore her. But she did a interview with the Lord, and she allowed them into her bathroom, and I thought it was just so beautiful. And she talked about, she takes bubble baths, and I'm going to let you hear her say it. Let you all hear this interview.
Hey Lord, I'm Savannah James, and I want to invite you into my beauty space today. Now this area over here is my vanity area. I love makeup. All of my things have been organized for me, which makes it really easy to find the things that I need because it's a lot of it. In this corner, I have my skincare that I like to keep chill, like masks and things like that. I also have affirmations to myself on this mirror. Just some things to say to myself daily. I am loved. I must be true to myself. I'm strong. I am capable. Just things to keep me going throughout the day. These are the two drawers that are my go-tos. This is my skincare drawer, my makeup pads. I have my gua sha, my face rollers. I have my handy dandy wrist dryers for when I'm washing my face. Next drawer is my hair drawer. Scrunchies, claw clips, wig pins. I am obsessed with skincare. I'm a skincare junkie. I just think it's one of the parts of my self-care routine that is a non-negotiable. I take probably 5 or 6 baths a week. It's the best thing in the world. I take probably 5 or 6 baths a week. It's the best thing in the world. I go through bags and bags and bags of Epsom salt.
Savannah James says she takes 5 to 6 possible baths a week, and I thought I had it going on. I definitely would be increasing. So if you have Savannah, I mean, she operates business. She has businesses she's founded. She's married to a great guy. She has a great husband. They have an empire. She has beautiful children. Come on, ladies, we can do this. She did not say she go to the spa. She say she just take 5 to 6 bubble baths a week. Okay, so that tells me I'm headed in the right direction. And it's my hope that you take some time and do the same thing too. But today is about taking a eucalyptus bubble bath. And I know you're like, how I'm going to do that. I'm so excited to share with you all. So I'm going to have the eucalyptus around me for breathing purposes and also hanging from my ceiling, and you all will be able to see the creativity of this. I'm so excited. But prior to me getting ready to get in this bubble bath, okay, I want to share with you all some of the things when I do take my bubble baths on Monday, and I will begin to increase this because hearing Savannah James say this was life-changing for me. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to increase. I'm so looking forward to increasing my bubble baths. Yes, I am. So I want to talk about the benefits. Now let's talk about the benefits before I show you some of the things that I use when you take a eucalyptus bath, okay? First, I want to read something to you all. Some of the benefits. Studies have shared eucalyptus reduce stress, decrease pain, lower blood pressure, and relief from respiratory and sinus issues, okay? It reduces inflammation, promotes mental clarity, and in terms of the shower, I want to read this. It says, while you experience the plant's properties from inhaling the scent of the dried leaves or essential oil, but we're doing the dried leaves, it is also beneficial to hang the plant in the shower. So I'm going to have some hanging from the ceiling, okay, as well as around me. The close proximity and added heat and moisture of the shower increase the accessibility of the eucalyptus, right, health benefits. Then it states the steam helps loosen up the eucalyptus oil molecules into the air, making it easier to breathe in, okay, making it so much easier to breathe. So those are some of the reasons why I love taking bubble baths. Those are the reasons why I love taking a bubble bath, as well as the benefits of taking a eucalyptus bath, okay? So I want to share with you some of the things that I do when I do my bubble bath Mondays, but now I'm going to increase that. So I typically will have some ginger honey crystals, and you can see I have an abundance of these. Now, although I make some custom ginger and turmeric tea, I do that like 2-3 times a day. I also sip on these right here for convenience, because when I run out of ginger and turmeric tea, then I can just put this in some hot water. And of course, I have my beautiful tea glass, okay? Teacup, mug, whatever. All right, so you can get these from like your local farmers market, or you can order them on Amazon. Have everything on Amazon. Probably have the outfit you have on right now. Probably less than $10. Okay, so these are called ginger honey crystals, and they come in a little package. All right, some other things. I always have some roses. I feel having flowers in your bathtub or around the petals in your bathtub, it just promotes so much femininity. You know, it kind of like lightens up that femininity, having that. Now, some women, I get it, they're not into this. That's fine. We still love and welcome them. But the point of the rose petals is it just promotes so much femininity, and it helps you align and tap into your femininity and orgasm, okay, energy. Okay, next, prior to me getting in my tub, I do facials. So I have the avocado. I got this actually from Marshall's for $10. Nice. You get probably 5 or 7. Very, very nice. I have another avocado mask. It's 100% vegan. And I also purchased this from Marshall's, $5. And then of course I have the jar, the Cairo rubber. I have the moisturizing acid, and then the firming collagen in the pink and blue. So it all depends on I'm not a junkie when it comes to stuff like this, but I always have enough so I can have like a choice, okay? So let's move on. Following, you know, I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorites, and I'm trying to preserve it until I actually purchase this again. I may have to go on Amazon to get it because I got it from Marshall's. It's called the Epsom and Avocado Oil Bath Soak. It smells good and it makes your body feel so good when you get out the tub. Just so beautiful, beautiful experience. And then when I get out, I also put on some lotion. Now, if I'm gonna put on my silk pajamas, no, I don't put on a lot of lotion because silk does not do well with lotion, okay? Unless it's totally dry. But I have some avocado body lotion with tea tree oil. Okay, next, Dr. Teal's is so like famous with all women and men. I like to use the menstrual relief with the herbal plants complex and essential oils, salt, the menstrual relief herbal plant complex and essential oil salt. So I use this as a combination because I'm gonna use Epsom salt. I want it to be, you know, be beneficial. My body typically don't ache, but I feel like I like for my menstruals to have a good experience with it. So I recommend. If I want to do a bubble bath and I just want to rest, and it's all about resting and not like more of a healthy type of bubble bath, I tend to use this right here called Chill Out, lavender and lemon. I try to use this in moderation because I don't like a lot of fragrance, and this has some fragrance in it. And then I'll put this on Sleep Soothing Night Cream with lavender. This is a very good combination. So you just soak and then you put this on, honey, and you sleep like a baby. Okay, this is another recommendation, a good combination. That's why I say your bubble bath can be whatever you want it to be. Okay, next, crystals. Now, I do crystals in moderation, not too much, but I have a crystal and it has a heart. So if I'm like, for instance, if I'm in my bathtub and I'm praying, and I'm praying for love for me and my family, my siblings, my aunt, you know, I hold this and I say a nice prayer for them because I love my auntie and my uncles and my siblings and things of that nature. So I hold this and I just do a nice prayer to keep that love in the family and things of that nature. And then I have an angel, you know, so my situation may be a little different. Some people have big crystals in their bathroom, and then some people have just a few. So this is more to be more angelic. I hold this and I say a nice little prayer, but I also pray, and I also have my Bible. I have candles. This is another thing you can put in your bubble bath, calming, soothing, and peaceful. I have candles that focus on love, candles that focus on prosperity, becoming a millionaire. I don't buy candles, let me say something, I don't buy candles for smell. I buy candles for intention. Let me say it again, I don't buy candles necessarily for smell. Now, I don't want the candle to not smell good, but what I'm saying is I focus more on the meaning of candles. And it's essential that you all understand that. You know, it's okay to have the bubble gum and strawberries, but you can go get you some, you can spray that. I would rather have a candle that I am burning with a true intention on it. So my candle may have healing on it. It may have love. If you want to go back to probably earlier this year when I was doing my bubble bath Mondays, I always did things in 3. And one was healing, one was love, and one was business. You know, if you go back and look at that. But 3s, calming, soothing, and peaceful. So again, if you're going to put some candles in your bathroom, I get the smell, but you also need to put one in there with meaning to it. You know what I mean? Especially when you're doing affirmations and things like that. You know, just be wise in your words and in your footsteps. Of course, some fruit. You want some fruit while you're doing your bubble bath. Now, today, none of this, I won't have any. This is strictly a eucalyptus bubble bath, okay? So I'm gonna just soak and just take it in and listen to I guess some of my affirmations. So we'll see, but I'm not doing any of this. It's just strictly eucalyptus bubble bath, okay? And then when I get out, depending on how I feel, if I don't lather with a lot of lotion, then I'll put on my silk pajamas. And if I do, that means, you know, we'll see, I don't know. But typically, you know, you want to have some fruit in there. And then you want to have a book. You can read, you can journal. Some people do different things. It all depends on what it really is. Just be mindful of that. But oh, I have something else to share with you all. Speaking of silk, I have like Lily silk pajamas. I feel silk when you go to bed is extremely important to have on. You sleep now. You can't be a person who don't burn your hair and go to bed with silk on. That's not a good mix. But I haven't worn this one. Matter of fact, I need to do an update on my Lily silk pajamas because I have some new ones that I have yet to unbox. I've had them for a while. So, of course, my name is on my pajamas, Makeba. And this set, there's no price on here. It's probably about, for this entire set, probably $200, $300 max, if I'm not mistaken. It's no more than $300, but it's more than $250. Because it's going to be like $100 and something. It's going to be like $100 and something. Around $300 for this set. So, yeah, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nice buttons, and like I said, it has my name embroidered on it. So these are some of the things when it comes to bubble baths. If you can't do silk, you can do satin, okay? Don't feel it has to be silk. Start somewhere. It's just with me, I'm going through this soft life, not typically in a way that some would go through. My soft life is a little bit different. I don't want to share what it is right now, so I'd rather live it, and then once I feel more comfortable, then you all will say, oh, I get it, you know what I mean? So I kind of want, some things are sacred, but with my soft life, it's gonna be a real lifestyle, okay? So I'm taking it a little bit more serious. It's not, I don't want to just be saying, look what I bought and put it on. No, this is what I do. This is me, you know what I mean? This is not sponsored. Lily Silk is one of the top silk brands out there. Hey, you can't beat it, you know what I mean? This, we're talking about 100% silk, and it's beautiful. I have a couple of colors, and like I said, doing Vlogmas, I'll do a Lily Silk update. Because the Vlogmas is a couple of weeks away anyway, just about. So I think I only for this month have like one more video. I'm trying to remember what it is. I believe it's the it's not the Kerry Washington, because I went to go see Kerry Washington in Tyler Perry. Oh, it's when I went to Macon. It's the final it's the final, what did I title it? Help me, Jesus. Oh, the truth about Tyler Perry exhibition. I had to think, because one of the reasons why I didn't post that is because I was missing something that I wanted to show you all, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't do the whole video, so I had to do the video over. So that probably won't be posted this week. It'll probably have to be postponed to next week, but it's coming. It's gonna be a beautiful review. Nothing negative. We don't do negativity, we do optimistic. And matter of fact, I'm gonna play that song for you all so you can hear a little bit of it. I don't want to be copyrighted. So let's get ready to prepare for this beautiful eucalyptus bubble bath. I'm gonna finish up in the bathroom. Look, ladies and gentlemen, and Judy's, I'm just going through this process of really falling in love with me and loving me at a level that I've never done before. And a lot of it has to do with the cooking. What are you cooking? How are you working out? How are you spending your time? What legacy will you leave? It's just something that I'm going through, and I can only show you. I can't really explain it. So that's how I know it's meant for me to do it, because it's like I'm just gracefully I'm like really going through this metamorphosis. The first time I used metamorphosis, I was at Spelman College pursuing an undergrad in sociology, and I had one of the hardest professors anyone in the world can have. She was so hard. You know, girls would be so afraid to take her. But look, I gotta tell you, once we finished her class, I was a butterfly. I was a butterfly. She stretched me in ways that I had never known I could go. My mind can imagine, and I'm so thankful for her. But I would tell everybody, like, they would ask me, what is it like to take her class? And I would tell them it's like metamorphosis. It's like, if you don't know what metamorphosis is, I want you to go look that up. That's a cute feminine assignment. So it's like, it was like metamorphosis. But once I finished, I was a butterfly. I felt like I could do anything. And it's like with this, with my life, I'm going through metamorphosis again, but it's on a different level. It's like a cleansing. It's like detoxing. And I'm not resisting it. I'm just falling in love with the process. And things that I'm attracting into my life, I would have never thought I wouldn't even be interested in that. And then some things I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. And it's not because it's beneath me, because once upon a time, whatever I was doing had standards. It's just you get better and better and better with time. And God is preparing me to do something extraordinary. I feel it in my soul, right? He's preparing me to be around certain people. I just know it. And you can't elevate, you can't aim higher, you can't go higher, you can't quantum leap if you haven't done the groundwork. And that's where I am right now. It's like internally he's cleansing me, and externally he's reinventing. It's like a reinvention. It's like so many changes, and it's happening so gracefully. You know, it's beautiful. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all hear some of this optimistic song that my mom used to play and like. And we're gonna go and take this bubble bath and wrap up this beautiful therapeutic video. How to take a eucalyptus bubble bath, right? With meaning. Y'all remember this song? Okay, I want to get copyrighted. I am grateful. I live a full-time, soft life. I am a full-time philanthropist. I am loved. I am compassionate. I am beautiful internally. I am gorgeous. I am plant-based. I am a phenomenal writer. I am a visionary. I am a leader. I am creative. I am romantic. I am feminine. I am understanding. I am patience. I am wealthy. I am luxury. I consider others. I serve with intention. I am peace. I travel the world to do philanthropic work full time. I understand my life assignment. I am a powerful strategist. I accept quality over quantity. I understand the importance of improvement. I accept joy into my life. I accept love into my life. I accept wisdom and knowledge into my life. I accept pleasure into my life. I understand the importance of mentorship. I have faith the size of a mustard seed. I understand the importance of legacy. I understand the importance of living and not existing. I understand the importance of prayer. I understand the importance of me. I am grateful. I live a full-time, soft life. I am a full-time philanthropist. I am loved. I am compassionate. I am beautiful internally. I am gorgeous. I am plant-based. I am a phenomenal writer. I am sexy. I am a visionary. I am a leader. I am creative. I am romantic. I am abundance. I am understanding. I have prosperity. I am wealthy. I am luxury. I consider others. I serve with intention. I am peace. I travel the world to do philanthropic work full time. I understand my life assignment. I am a powerful strategist. I produce life-changing work. I accept quality over quantity. I understand the importance of improvement. I accept joy into my life. I accept love into my life. I accept wisdom and knowledge into my life. I accept pleasure into my life. I understand the importance of mentorship.